I feel saddened by what I've seen. You look at below of how other people live, it's still not the way it's supposed to be for a country that has enormous potentials like Thailand. I want to be Prime Minister, not for the sake of being a Prime Minister. I want to be the Prime Minister who can make huge difference for the Thai society.
Whether we will see Pheu Thai joining hands with Palang Pracharat in forming the government.
The idea of me working with them in the same government.
Do you think the youth in Thailand, particularly the most progressive one, is going too far?
I don't know what are their unhappiness.
Kun Jinrak was prime minister. You were dragged into the mess. You made headlines. It wasn't pleasant. How was that episode inform your perspective about Thai politics? Do you rule out the possibility of coup?
I can't be afraid of the ghost.
When did you get caught the germs in politics? Did you?
No, when you are a business person, obviously economic issues are at really the heart of the matter, right? But one cannot leave out politics. One cannot leave out social developments, especially the business we are in. Where I used to be in real estate business. I mean, you have to be interested in politics, but to what degree or to what extent in which you want to involve yourself, right? 10 years ago, I began really to be more and more interested in politics because of the military coup, which is really, if you live in a civilized country, it's known fact that this is unacceptable. You wouldn't think that people would bring out tank or gun or machine gun and then take over the power from the elected government from the people. I mean, that concept is really foreign to many people who live in a civilized world. Personally, I'm happy because I have all the things that I need. But when you look around yourself, when you're sitting at the top of pyramid, you don't just look at the same levels. You look at below of how other people live. I feel saddened by what I've seen because of social disparity in terms of education, in terms of getting health care, in terms of basic things like getting food on the table. It's still not the way it's supposed to be for a country that has enormous potentials like Thailand. There are many low-hanging fruits, so to say, that the leader could do to improve this country. I feel more committed, if that is the word to use, during the COVID time, in which we have seen a lot of inequalities, economic disasters. I think it is quite safe to say that that's probably is the turning point in which pushed me across the line to be wanting to be more involved in politics. Okay, so I start being, obviously I know a lot of people in politics, but I'm closest to Pheu Thai party. They are the party that consistently won the election for the past 20 years. Okay, they are the parties that have delivered the policies that they promised to the people. That's the main reason why they've won consistently. But what gravitated me towards the Pheu Thai party is they have the people interest at heart. That really is the core of their existence, and that's how they formulate their policy. So naturally, when I joined, I elected to join Pheu Thai rather than the other parties. There weren't any actively persuading me to join. It's more like mutually agreed.
It's an episode and not a pleasant one when Thai politics was very divisive and and Kun Jinrak was prime minister. You were dragged into the mess. You made headlines. It wasn't pleasant. It's not my intention to make news about that or trying to revive that scandal. But how was that episode inform your perspective about Thai politics?
I've known it long time that if you get into politics, you get some lies thrown at you. You get a story manufactured. So, I mean, it's natural.
Did you feel hurt in some way about that news? Would that change your opinion about Thai politics?
It doesn't change my opinion about anything. I'm grown up.
Sansuri and Setha Twisin are synonymous for a lot of people. Do you feel the same way now at Pheu Thai that you are integrated into the system at Pheu Thai that existed before you became a leader?
I know that we have same philosophies. I feel personally that I have communicated, I have associated myself well with them because of the core values that we share. But again, time will tell whether how well I have integrated. If we get to do the work, executive work more together, if we get the majority, we get to run the government, blah blah blah. That is the part that will come after. I take it one step at a time. At the moment, I'm one of the three candidates for the premiership. My job is to go out, meet as many people as possible, trying to spread the policies, explain, clarify what are not very clear. I'm committed to do this job. And let's see how far it takes us on the 14th of May.
Maybe this question wasn't really fair, but I think part of it is about leadership. That when you say people listen to you the same way they do when Kun Thaksin say something.
It's very unfair to compare me with Kun Thaksin. Kun Thaksin is probably the most admired prime minister in history of Thai politics. Okay, so I think it's unfair to both of us. I think it's a big ask.
I just want to ask you a plain question for a yes or no answer, whether we will see Pheu Thai joining hands with Palang Pracharat in forming the government.
At heart, okay, I'm a highly democratic person. Okay, I don't believe in military coup. I don't accept it. I don't think people do accept it. All right. The idea of me working with them in the same government, sitting on the same cabinet round table, I can't see myself doing that. That's why I'm fully committed to winning as many votes as possible so that we can form single party government. All right, but again, a party is Pheu Thai parties. They are executive directors. If you ask me, do you want to join with them? I'm hoping that we don't have to join with any party. I want to be prime minister, not for the sake of being a prime minister. I want to be the prime minister who can make huge difference for the Thai society, economically and socially. If the environment is not conducive for me to do that, I would gladly turn down the position of prime minister. Simply because if I can't make a difference, I don't want to be prime minister.
So when you say they in Palang Pracharat,
they meaning it's also mean Rwam Thai Sang Chat as well.
Right.
Praju Party as well.
Yeah. Conservative side of the society still talk about there are parties that has caused conflict in the society and that had been prerequisite for military intervention. Do you see that kind of argument gaining legitimacy these days?
It should have any legitimacy in any time in the Thai politics. All right? If you don't like the current parties, you wait for 4 years for the election. Then you vote them out. All right? That's the way it's happened in the States. That's the way it's happened in the UK. You are not allowed to use any force to change the government. That's not the way it is. And it's evidence that after every coup, the country got worsened. We got pushback every time.
Do you rule out the possibility of coup?
I can't be afraid of the ghost. I don't know. But if our party were elected, and if I was elected as a leader, as a prime minister, all I have to do is work for the people. I won't tolerate corruption. I would stick myself to the rule of the law of the land, and let's go from there.
Is there a way to keep democracy thrive longer, in a way that keep?
You have to work for the people.
Yeah.
That's the only way. People are your best shield for all these unwanted coup. You need to work for the people, and not only the people. You need to work for the soldier. You need for the military. You need to work for the monarchy. You need to work for civil servant. You need for business person. People meaning like you need to work. People meaning that doesn't mean the people who are in need of help. Not only the farmers. Everyone who are Thai citizens. You need as a leader of the country. You need to work for them. You can't just alienate them. You can't just chase them out of the country. You have to talk. We have to have an open discussion in a safe environment so that everybody is heard.
You said we have to work for the monarchy, and I think that would strike the chord with some groups in the country. Do you think the youth in Thailand, particularly the most progressive one, is going too far on the change?
I'm not passing any judgment on anyone because I haven't talked to them long enough. I don't know long enough. I don't know what are their unhappiness. Is it because the right that they don't get the equal education? Is it the right for not getting the right employment? Is it the right not to get vaccinated? Isn't it the right to choose your profession? Is it the right not to have to be in the military service? I don't know what their happiness is. Need to talk. If we talk, we discuss, solutions are proposed. Maybe monarchy is not one of their issues. But if it is, then let's continue talking. But if you think that the current law needs to be changed, then you work through parliament. Whether it's the penalty is too stiff, then you propose. Anybody can sue anybody on 112 section. That's not fair because they feel that it could be used to politically motivate certain parties. And if that is the case, then it's not good for not good for anyone.
And for the long-term economic policy, what do you see as a growth engine for the Thai economy?
There's no such a single thing. Tourism is also one of them. Foreign trade is also one of them. The Prime Minister from the Pheu Thai Party will travel the world. We will put Thailand back into the world map again. We will go and negotiate on all the FTAs that has been neglected the last 8 years.
So growth engine, can you speak specifically on, would that be technology sector, or would that be uplifting the farm sector that would produce growth and productivity as well for the economy?
I think you cannot talk about growth of this country without leaving out the agricultural sector. There are 40 million farmers, 30-40 million farmers. Huge population, majority of the population. We are agricultural based country. We have food security. But how come their income is very low? You need to help them with technology. You need to help them get the cheaper fertilizer. You need them to sell to the new territories. We are proposing that in 4 years, their net income should triple. That's the plan. Net income, okay, versus the previous government that they used promise to deliver to sell them at a certain price, which can be different from the world market price. When you distorted the market price, then that's not sustainable. So we are proposing a solution that's more sustainable.
From your experience as a businessman in the property sector, many of the top tycoons in the country have property businesses, and you may have both insight and a personal relationship with them. How would you use that background to help reduce the problem that caused by monopolistic structure in Thai economy?
You need the team of all the MPs to help to change the law. I'm sure there's some certain discussion about meeting with all the top business person and try to get them to be more cooperative in terms of, don't take up too much market share. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Okay, so you need to make sure that the rule of law actually can be applied.
How hard it is to expect that to happen?
You have to have realistic expectation. Okay, you won't break them up. Okay, but you would make sure that they actually do allow the small businesses to grow. Okay, and if they can grow, then they meaning the so-called giant can also benefit from it as well. I'm not here to hurt the big guys. I'm here to help the small guy. If the small guy get help, then we can live together.
What would be a factor that improve your bargaining power with all the Daosua when you have to talk to them?
The number of seats in the parliament. That's the people mandate. That's why I said, if we don't get the majority, but we get to be the biggest party, you may not see me as a Prime Minister of Thailand, because I don't think I can work in that environment. I need the people mandate. I need to make sure that I get to do what the party feel is right for the people of Thailand.
What are the top 3 foreign policy issues that you want to fix or improve or share your vision?
Thailand position is very clear, will be very clear under the Pheu Thai Party government. We will continue to actively promote peace and common prosperity of our nation of the world. I said common prosperity. Okay, so not just prosperity, I said common prosperity. Common meanings all parties, all sides.
Is Myanmar is an issue that you have
Definitely.
paid
We want them to have a democratic government so that we can fully trade with them, we can fully work together without actually worry about human rights. Okay? Look at Myanmar, they have 70 million people. We also have 70 million people. They lag behind us in most areas in terms of business development, infrastructure development. If they can improve on their human rights, on their so-called democratic indexes, I think Thailand can be very helpful to them to bring prosperity to their people. We can position ourselves as 140 million new nation.
There's also an element of military relationship between the two countries as well. When the army in Myanmar requests something, for example, sending back the activists or members of rebel groups in Thailand back to their country, and we comply with that. Do you see that happens in your government?
Our military, for many years, have got a strong tie with the Burmese soldiers. As a Pheu Thai government, we need to have a dialogue with the Thai military. What we would like to see is human rights being observed. And the government of Thailand will also be accountable for all the action that the military does with the Burmese soldier or military.
Are you a tough father, being disciplined?
Not at all. When my kids were growing up, I didn't have to shout at them. I didn't have to punish them. I just look at them. My eyes alone is enough. The way I look at them is enough. We have open discussion. I told them what are my expectations. Okay, being respectful, know your duty, study hard, be the best that you can be. If you're good enough to go to Harvard, then you should shoot for that. And if you shoot for that, you fail, it's okay. If you try your best, then it's okay.
And do you have expectation for them to be something in the future?
I have expectation for them to be happy. If they're happy, then I'm happy. Right? Nothing more. If they don't have to be a billionaire, as long as they have a happy life, wherever they live, wherever they are, I'm more than happy for them because I think I raised them to be a global citizen. All right? I respect how they want to live their life. I respect the way or who they want to live with. I'm all fine with that. As long as they're happy. Their happiness and their well-being is my utmost concern.
On that note, thank you so much ครับเศรษฐา
Thank you ครับขอบคุณครับ